Welcome to ZoomInData. In this video, we deep dive into Power FX and formula design in Power Apps, one of the most critical and most misunderstood topics in Power Apps interviews. Power FX is not just about writing formulas, it's about thinking differently, designing clean logic, and building apps that are readable, scalable, and predictable. This video is perfect for Power Apps interview preparation. Developers struggling with complex formulas. Traditional developers transitioning to Power Apps. Anyone who wants to write clean and maintainable Power FX. 1. How does Power FX differ from traditional programming languages? Power FX is declarative, meaning you describe what you want, not how to do it step by step. There is no concept of execution order like loops or main methods. Formulas react automatically to changes. Logic is tied to control properties, not centralized code blocks, which changes how developers think. 2. Why is Power FX considered declarative rather than imperative? In Power FX, formulas automatically recalculate when dependent values change. Developers do not explicitly control execution flow. This reactive behavior reduces manual state management but requires careful design. 3. What challenges do developers face when writing complex Power FX formulas? Complex formulas become hard to read and understand over time. Nested logic makes debugging difficult because execution flow is implicit. Small changes can have unexpected ripple effects across the app. 4. How does Power FX handle recalculation and dependencies? Power FX automatically tracks dependencies between controls and variables. When a value changes, all dependent formulas recalculate instantly. This removes manual refresh logic but increases the need for clean structure. 5. Why is formula readability important in large apps? Readable formulas make maintenance easier when apps grow. Poor readability increases onboarding time for new developers. Clear formulas reduce the risk of accidental logic breakage. 6. How do nested formulas impact maintainability? Deep nesting makes formulas difficult to debug and extend. Errors become harder to isolate because logic is compressed into one place. Refactoring nested formulas later is risky and time-consuming. 7. What mistakes lead to hard-to-debug Power FX logic? Writing long formulas inside control properties without comments or structure. Mixing UI logic and business logic in the same formula. Repeating similar logic across multiple controls. 8. How does Power FX support reactive UI behavior? UI elements automatically update when underlying values change. There is no need to manually refresh controls. This creates dynamic and responsive user experiences. Example: when a drop-down value changes, related labels update instantly without extra logic. 9. How do formulas behave differently across control properties? Some properties recalculate frequently, like visible or text. Others run only on user actions, like on select. Misunderstanding this difference leads to performance issues. 10. What performance concerns exist with complex formulas? Frequently recalculated formulas can slow down the app. Heavy logic inside galleries multiplies performance cost. Poorly optimized formulas impact mobile users the most. 11. How does Power FX handle data types implicitly? Power FX automatically converts compatible data types when possible. Implicit conversion simplifies development but can hide errors. Developers must be careful when comparing text, numbers, and dates. 12. What challenges arise when formulas depend on multiple data sources? Data refresh timing can cause inconsistent results. Performance slows due to multiple connector calls. Debugging becomes harder when issues come from external systems. 13. How do formula errors impact user experience? Errors may show blank screens or incorrect values. Users lose trust when apps behave unpredictably. Poor error handling increases support requests. 14. What best practices improve PowerFX maintainability? Break complex logic into smaller, reusable formulas. Use meaningful variable names. Keep UI logic separate from business logic. 15. How does PowerFX differ from Excel formulas conceptually? Excel formulas operate on cells, while PowerFX operates on app state. PowerFX formulas are reactive across the entire app. PowerFX supports data sources, not just static data. 16. What challenges exist when refactoring PowerFX logic? Dependencies are implicit, making impact analysis difficult. Changing one formula can affect multiple controls. Lack of traditional debugging tools increases risk. 17. How does PowerFX handle null and blank values conceptually? Blank represents no value, not zero or empty text. Formulas must explicitly handle blank scenarios. Ignoring blanks leads to unexpected UI behavior. 18. What interview questions test PowerFX understanding indirectly? Questions about performance issues in Canvas apps. Questions about unpredictable UI behavior. Questions about maintainability and refactoring challenges. 19. How does PowerFX support conditional UI rendering? Visibility, color, and behavior can change dynamically. UI responds instantly to state changes. Enables highly interactive and user-friendly apps. Example: a submit button appears only when all mandatory fields are filled. 20. What happens when formulas become tightly coupled to UI design? Changing UI layout becomes risky. Logic reuse becomes difficult. App scalability suffers. 21. How does PowerFX affect app responsiveness? Well-designed formulas improve responsiveness. Poorly structured formulas slow down screen rendering. Performance tuning often starts with formula optimization. 22. What mistakes beginners make when copying formulas across controls? Blind copying without understanding context. Creating hidden dependencies. Increasing duplication and inconsistency. 23. How does PowerFX support app scalability? Centralized state logic reduces duplication. Reactive behavior scales better than manual updates. Clean formulas make large apps manageable. 24. How should formulas be organized for large apps? Use variables for shared logic. Avoid embedding heavy logic directly in UI properties. Group related logic conceptually. 25. Why is mastering PowerFX critical for Power Apps interviews? Most interview questions test understanding, not syntax. Performance, scalability, and debugging all depend on PowerFX design. Strong PowerFX skills separate beginners from professionals. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and save this video. If you want real-time projects, contact ZoomInData. And if you want more questions on real-time projects, contact ZoomInData.